Okay, let's continue. 7. Show that the equation fx equals 0 admits a unique root beta and verify that beta is between 0.46 and 0.47. This is simple. F is continuous and strictly increasing. We calculate f of 0.46 and f of 0.47. F part 7, we say f is continuous and strictly increasing over 0.46, 0.47. F of 0.46 is minus 0.035, which is negative. And f of 0.47 equals 0.179, which is positive. So alpha is between 0.46 and 0.4, not alpha, beta, this one. Beta is between 0.46 and 0.47. The last part, trace C and D. Trace C and D. First, let's trace D. D of equation y equal x plus 1. Is it x equal 0, y equal 1? For x equal minus 1, y equal 0. This is D. We have calculated beta. Beta is between 0.46 and 0.47. This is beta 0.46, 0.47, where the curve cuts the x-axis. Beta. Then the intersection curve with the oblique asymptote, alpha plus 1, the alpha is between 0.57, 0.58. This is the point of intersection. The curve, x equals 0, vertical asymptote, the y-axis. The curve is increasing, cuts the x-axis at beta. This point is alpha plus 1. And this is the oblique asymptote. It cuts it. Here it is below the oblique asymptote. Here it cuts it. Here it is above the oblique asymptote. Any questions? Mary, any questions?
No.
No. منيح أول يوم نسمع صوتك يا مغري. Yeah, we start with exercise 5. Still you are writing, Thomas?
عمر صميدة.
Yeah. Did you finish, Thomas?
Yes.
Number 5. Let G be the function defined over 0 plus infinity by G function defined by over 0 plus infinity gx equal x minus 2 ln x over x, and designate by C its representative curve in an orthonormal system. Determine a limit as x tends to plus infinity. How much limit as x tends to plus infinity of gx? How much will be?
Indeterminate.
يعني شو بدنا نعمل ليطلع determined؟
HR.
HR. So we say limit as x tends to plus infinity of gx. I can write it like that. Limit as x tends to plus infinity of x over x, which is 1, minus 2 ln x over x. Ln x over x, as x tends to infinity, it is a rule, it is 0. So we get 1. So I distribute x over x is 1, minus 2 ln x over x. Ln x over x, as x tends to infinity, is 0, we get 1. Limit as x tends to 0 plus of gx is equal 0. Ln 0 is minus infinity, multiplied by this minus here is plus infinity over 0 plus equal plus infinity. Part 2, deduce the asymptotes to C. Deduce the asymptotes. So here we have two asymptotes. Y equal 1 is a horizontal asymptote. Since x tends to infinity, y tends to 1. Y equal 1 is a horizontal asymptote. X equal 0 is a vertical asymptote. X equal to 0 is a vertical asymptote. Since x tends to 0, y tends to infinity, we have x equals 0 vertical, x tends to infinity, y tends to 1, y equal 1 horizontal. Part C. Study the variations of G and trace C. Study the variations of G and trace C. Gx is of the form of u over v. Gx is the form of u over v. U prime v minus v prime u over v square. So this is Gx. U prime, derivative of x is 1. Derivative of ln x is 1 over x times 2 is 2 over x. This is u prime times v, which is x, minus v prime, which is 1, into x minus 2 ln x, over v squared over x squared. 1 times x is x, minus 2 over x times x is minus 2, minus x plus 2 ln x over x squared. We solve it, 2 ln x minus 2 over x squared. We solve this one equal to 0. So g prime x equal to 0, 2 ln x minus 2 equal to 0, ln x equal 1, x equal e to the 1, which is e. So to study the variations, لقينا الديريفاتيف u prime v minus v prime u over v square. To ln x minus 2, we have to study its sign. We solve it equal to 0. 2 ln x minus 2 equal to 0 means ln x equal 1 means that x equal e. Table of variations. We put the domain 0 plus infinity. This is the domain of definition. We put the value of x, which is e, g prime, and g. To know the sign between 0 and e, if we take the number 1 and we replace it in the derivative, 2 ln 1 is 0, minus 2 is negative. So negative here, positive here. Negative in it is decreasing, then it is increasing. G of e equal e minus 2 over e equal 0.26. Now draw. Draw the curve. First, we draw the asymptotes, x equals 0, which is the y-axis. The horizontal asymptote, y equal 1. The minimum is 2.7, 0.26. This is the minimum. This one is E. .26 here. For x equal 1 and y equal 1 as a particular point, x equal 1, y equal 1. According to above table of variation, the curve is decreasing first near the vertical asymptote till the minimum, here 1, 1, this point, till the minimum, then it increases to 1. It increases to 1. Megri, did you finish drawing?
Yes.
Thomas?
Yes, it's this.
Now part 2. Calculate the area of the domain limited by C, the horizontal asymptote and the line x equal 1 and x equal e. Calculate the area of the domain limited by C, the horizontal asymptote in y equal 1, and the two lines of equation x equal 1 and x equal e. We are going to calculate this area between C, the horizontal asymptote y equal 1, and x equal 1, and x equal e. We need to calculate this area. Area bounded by two curves, this area, equal integral from 1 to e yd minus gx, yd minus gx. So area equal integral from 1 to e, yd is 1 minus gx. 1 minus gx is minus x minus 2 ln x over x. We take the LCM, بتصير x minus x plus 2 ln x minus x 0, بضل في عندنا 2 ln x over x dx. So there are two ways to calculate the integral, or two methods, either by change of the variable or integration by parts. But always, whenever we have ln x and x in the denominator, we solve it by the method of changing the variable. By letting u equal ln x. If we take u equal ln x, then du is equal 1 over x dx, and dx equals x du. U is ln x, this is u. Du, derivative of ln x, is 1 over x dx, dx equal x du. We change the bounds. For x equal 1, u equal ln 1 is 0. For x equals e, u equals ln e, which is 1. So the area equal. The bounds are changed. 1 is changed into 0. E is changed into 1. 2u over x. Dx is x du. Integral of 2u is here 2u squared over 2. 2 and 2 simplified. First time we replace u by 1. 1 minus 0 equal 1 square units of area. Part B. Part B بقلنا let f be the function defined over 0 plus infinity by fx equal x minus ln squared x. Designate by gamma its representative curve in an orthonormal system. Show that f prime x greater than 0 for every x. Show that f prime x greater than 0. كيف بنلاقي الديريفاتيف لهذه الفانكشن؟ هاي في اكتبها يكتبها x minus ln x squared. We are going to show that the derivative is positive. F prime x equal 1 derivative of x1 derivative للباور الباور بينزل بصير 2 ln x times derivative of ln x which is 1 over x 2 بينزل لهون 2 ln x بنقص الباور 1 بصير ln x times derivative of ln x 1 over x. LCM is x. We get x minus 2 ln x over x equal gx over x. Once again, derivative of ln x square here 2 ln x times derivative of ln 1 over x. Gx over x. Means f prime has the same sign as gx. Whenever we make the table of variations of gx, the minimum of gx is 0.26, which is positive. Minimum gx equals 0.26, not 1, this one. Minimum is 0.26. Greater than 0 implies gx is positive. So f prime x is greater than 0 for every x belongs to 0 plus infinity. So f prime depends on the sign of g. But the minimum lel g is positive, means gx is positive, means f prime x is positive. Part 2. Part 2, determine the equation of the tangent t to c, t to gamma at the point with abscissa 1, and study the relative positions of gamma and t. So determine the equation of the tangent t to gamma at point of abscissa 1. xa equal 1 means ya equal 1 minus ln squared 1 equal 1. A of coordinates 1, 1. The slope is the derivative. F prime of 1 is 1. So the equation of the tangent here, y minus ya equals slope, which is 1 into x minus 1. Tangent to y equal x. Study the relative positions of the curve and the tangent. Fx minus yt equal x minus ln squared x minus x. But ln squared is always positive. Multiplied by minus, it is negative. Equal minus ln squared x. Then c is below, gamma is below the tangent, not c. Gamma is below the tangent. Find the points of the coordinates of the point of inflection. The point of inflection here is the point where the second derivative is 0. Here, f prime x equal gx. We proved that f prime x equal gx. not gx over x, هي بس gx. f prime x equal gx. نصلحها هون. So f double prime x equal g prime x. So f prime x equal gx, second derivative equal g prime x. F double prime x equal to 0 means g prime x equal to 0. G prime x equal to 0 from here. X equal e. F of e equal e minus ln squared e equal e minus 1. Then I is e minus 1. Part 4. Trace gamma and t. Part 4. Trace gamma and t. Line t عنده equation y equal x. This is line y equal x, passes by the origin and by the point 1, 1. This is the point 1, 1. Now here we can take some particular points on the calculator. The curve is increasing from minus infinity, makes a tangent at a 1, 1. Then goes to plus infinity. By taking particular points, بيكون أفضل. يكون more precise الكيرف. دايما you have to take particular points by using your calculator. Okay, this is all for this exercise. Part 6. Part 5, it is not required about inverse function. Part 5 is not required.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Have a nice. Please, can you repeat what did you say?
حتى الكيرف ما لح ارسم.
يلا. Okay.
Okay, Steve.
يلا. See you tomorrow.
يلا باي.
باي.